Good morning, everyone. Welcome back again. We are in the greenhouse, which I'm sure you can tell that plastic could stand replacing, but I haven't decided exactly what I'm doing for the next step in the greenhouse department. At the moment, we have a few trays of plants in here, and I will show you. Here we are. I have about 4 trays going, 3.5, something like that, and you can see there was a bit of a disaster. We had a storm about, I don't know, 2 days ago. And it blew the greenhouse sideways. This greenhouse is just on our patio, so it wasn't really tacked down. And the wind was coming from the only direction this thing isn't sheltered. So it ended up shifting and tipping the tables, and 3 of my 4 trays went upside down. And these poor tomato plants. Those are the ones I've been growing since Christmas. They're still alive, believe it or not. Tomatoes are fairly tough. I'm not real worried about them since gardening season's actually coming in anyway. The only tray that didn't end up upside down is that squash tray that looks really nice. The rest kind of, some of my stuff is a write-off. I'm lucky some of my stuff didn't get dumped because stuff like lavender seed is extremely expensive and hard to start. Where is that tray? Anyhow, there it is. Those little things right there, lavender and basil. Holy basil can be hard to find as well. The other name is Tulsi for that. Most of my tomatoes seem okay. My peppers, some of them really got jumbled up, so it's going to be a guessing game until they all start to bear fruit. My brassicas really are pretty much a write-off, but they can be direct seeded right now, even while it's still cooler at night. So I'll probably be doing that today. And I will also start on some of the garden row prep. Just let me take you out there. Okay, here we are. As you can see, the garden looks awfully messy. Things got away from us the last 2 years, and it just got to a point where maintenance could not be done properly. This is one bed right here I've already prepped for putting the brassicas in, and the one skip one, and there's the next one. I'll have to do row cover to keep the bugs off. A lot of my herbs are coming back. We ended up getting some chives on sale last year. That's coming back right there really nicely. I have licorice root in this bed right next to it. And we have some grapes in there somewhere. They aren't back yet this year. Grapes. The next bed would be hops. There were white grapes over here, but I don't know if these are coming back or not this year. That will remain to be seen, but yes, these desperately need some cleaning out. There's so much grass in there. That brome grass can have rhizomes to China. It is really tough stuff. Now these beds are the 6. There's 6 of these 50-foot beds. These are the ones I'm going to use this year. Along with that patch back there that's covered with plastic right now, we're going to put the corn, squash, beans, melons, and sunflowers back there. On the remainder of the garden, some of which didn't get changed over last year like we wanted, but that is going to have pigs on it all year. We get our 3 feeder pigs in probably 2 or 3 weeks. And we'll fence them in and let them dig this up for us, and that will help fertilize as well, having them on here. And we just keep adding material if we start to notice their smell. You see that nice little windmill there? That isn't for decoration. That is called the Mole Chaser windmill from Lehmann's, LEHMANS.com. Look it up. It's $40 US. We had moles in here pretty badly last year, so we needed something, and this is supposed to do it. So I have row prep to do, and seeding my brassicas. I'll probably get seeding my brassicas today for sure. And then I have to build their little covers. And these rows here need some cleaning out. Some aren't too bad, some are a little worse. Back there's all the grass I can show you. Bring you back here. This is where we had the corn last year in these 3 rows. So of course, towards the end of the year, you can't get in here with the squash crawling through it. So it gets pretty grassy. So I'll have to clean that up and get these old sunflowers out like I did in the other row the other day. They're like trees. We plant the Mongolian giant, which are really, this isn't even as big as they're supposed to be able to get. They were, I'd say these are about 8, 9, well, some of them might have got to 10 foot. They can get up to 14 feet. This patch back here, that'll be a nice patch. It's got some fertilizer to it. We had the chickens on a bigger patch all the way to the back there last year, and then we moved them up a bit in the middle of the year. And that compost that's already been there for the year last year is going to come over on these 6 rows and some on the beds over there. And that's going to be a big help. Pretty amazing what animals can do for you on the homestead to save you work. And then in future, starting next year, we are going to be rotating the chicken patch onto one of these. Probably, I don't know which one to put them on next year. But we'll put kind of cordon off 20-foot sections of this garden, and every year we have them on a different section so that we rotate them out and we don't have to move our manure around. It's already there. And that back section there will be, in the long term, it's going to be a miniature orchard. Berry bushes and some apple trees and just dwarf varieties mostly. Small stuff that still produces well. So that's the initial plan, but I will bring you back when I've done a little bit of cleanup here and planting and show you. Talk to you in a bit.